Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Lori Farfaglia, host of the Arts and Entertainment Showcase here on Lakefront TV. Today I am in Clearmont at the Moonlight Players Club, and joining me is the cast of Moonlight and Magnolias. I've got Billy, Scott, and Kirk with me. So tell me about the play that you're working on.
It's a really funny show. We're doing a play called Moonlight and Magnolias. It's a really funny comedy that takes place, that tells the story of how Gone with the Wind was written. Somewhat fictional tale of how the producer of Gone with the Wind, David Selznick, locked himself, the writer of Gone with the Wind, and the director of Gone with the Wind in a room for 5 days, wherein they proceeded to write the entire masterpiece of Gone with the Wind, the movie that we all know and love. So, comedic tale where the guys start to go a little crazy as they reenact famous moments from Gone with the Wind, and as you can guess, after 5 days of no sleep, living off of only peanuts and bananas, they start to go a little stir crazy. So yeah, but it's a really fun show, you know, and it kind of combines a passion that I had and the other director, Joe Owsley, had for the cinema and the time period and things like that.
So Gone with the Wind really was written in 5 days. The idea of it, the way that we're depicting it in this, it kind of sticks true to it, but there is a little bit of comedy in.
Well, if the audience would like to do a little bit of research on Gone with the Wind, and I would encourage them to delve deeper. As far as my universe is concerned, this is exactly how it happened. Honestly, I feel like the fiction is way better than the truth here. The fact that I would encourage them to come see the shenanigans, but beforehand, maybe watch the movie Gone with the Wind. There was an article that came out fairly recently that the top 5 highest grossing movies accounting for inflation. And Avatar and Titanic didn't even make it in the top 5. The top movie accounting for inflation was Gone with the Wind.
Wow.
With $3.3 billion at the box office, 220 million tickets sold worldwide since it's coming out. So there's a fan basis behind it. So what better way than to do a play that kind of shows you a behind the scenes of how, you know, Clark Gable and Scarlett O'Hara, you know.
And it's a great thing for people who like Turner Classic Movies and watch the old movies, because there's a lot of old historical theater and movie trivia kind of in their names and people and places and things that they used to do. And it's a great show for if you like that type of nostalgia. And it's funny. It's funny all the way through.
Tell me about your character.
I played David O. Selznick, who was the producer at the time of Selznick Studios, and he is kind of a micromanaging guy who's got a big ego and wants to rewrite this movie. He's under a lot of pressure. He just closed it down, the biggest movie in Hollywood history, and at the time, Gone with the Wind was a book that it was like the Harry Potter of its day. Millions of people had read the book and bought the book within a year, and people were dying to see this movie. He had 3 years putting it together, and he realized within 3 weeks he didn't have what he wanted. And so he's a guy who's driven under the clock, under a lot of pressure, and he's working with 2 guys to push it through and get it done so he can get back to work. So he's a great character. He's definitely a typical Hollywood producer of that time, in that era, son-in-law of Louis B. Mayer. And so he worked at MGM and RKO and also Selznick Studios. He made great movies, introduced a lot of people, brought Alfred Hitchcock over from Europe. He was the first producer to have back-to-back Oscars. He won the Oscar for Gone with the Wind, and the next year he won the Oscar for Rebecca. Wow. So 2 big movies, and Intermezzo. He's just produced a lot of movies. It's great to look him up, and a lot of stuff you see on TV nowadays are his movies.
Cool. Scott, what is going on with your character?
I play director Victor Fleming, and just as he's coming into the office, he is in his last couple of weeks of directing The Wizard of Oz. And he gets the notice that, no, he's being taken off of Oz and going into Gone with the Wind immediately. And so this obviously is a big change for him, but he's prepared for it. He is a very much a go-getter as far as a director goes. He is a machine. He just goes in and gets the job done. A lot of people, particularly when I was doing the research, would charitably call him an SOB, but a talented SOB. And so I took that to mind, and just he's just sort of this powerhouse that goes in and gets the job done. And it's a lot of fun to play because he, throughout the course of the play, just becomes a little bit more crazy. And towards the end of the play, it's well, it's something for the audience to see, that's for sure.
How'd you pick this play, Billy?
This play, I definitely had a little angel on my shoulder telling me. This play was actually introduced to me by a good friend of everyone here at the theater and a good friend of the cast who told me about this play and told me that I should do his name. His name was Rob. And we were actually sitting right back here in this little back corner back here. We were doing, I think it was the Scottish play that I can't say in the theater. And he brought me a copy of this book and told me that it was something that I should take a look at and read about. And then talked about it with Joe Owsley. And he and I both kind of have the same passion as Kirk was talking about classic movies and the time period, and so it seemed like such a good fit. Plus, I'm just, you know me. I've directed like shows like The Odd Couple. I love people talking, and I love things where people are just character-driven studies. And what better character-driven study than actors on stage playing people that actually existed? Being able to kind of draw from this vast canon of like information and delving deep into the character's history and backstory, and being able to play a little bit of that. And it's fantastic for me to be able to see them kind of bring that to life.
Now, from now on, when you watch Gone with the Wind, are you ever going to think of it the same way again?
No.
Now that you know the backstory?
I've seen it twice since we started, and every time I see it, I throughout the show, these guys say a couple of lines that the characters say, and now I don't see Rhett Butler saying it. I see I see Kirk playing David Selznick going, "That's it. That's the line. Frankly, my dear, I don't." Yeah, and the rest is history. Like that's what I see now, and that's what I hope the audience will enjoy, is being able to pull from those little moments from the movie and draw upon those fond memories when they see the show.
So tell me when the show is actually playing.
The show is actually playing July 12th through August 4th. There is no show on July the 26th, though. That's a Friday night. But it will be opening July 12th, running through the 4th of August. For more information, please, everybody visit moonlightplayers.com for directions to the theater and show times and things like that. We're very happy to have everyone here to see the show. The more the merrier. So, yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining us, and we're going to take a minute and take a look at a little bit of the play.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Push!
I'm pushing!
Push harder!
Oh,
Harder! You gotta throw yourself into it. It's no good. Where is that girl? Prissy! Prissy! Ben!
What? Huh?
Scarlett's in Atlanta, remember?
Atlanta?
Yeah, Ashley's having Melanie's baby.
Melanie?
With only Scarlett there to help.
Scarlett? Oh.
Oh, not again. Jeez.
I think I lost the use of my legs.
Here, have a banana.
Ugh.
Peanut?
Ugh.
Come on, take it easy.
Damn you to hell, David Selznick. I haven't had a bowel movement in 2 days. I'm deaf in my right ear from this damn typewriter. I must have lost 5 pounds. Look at this. Look at it. It just keeps going. It doesn't
It's
stop.
nothing serious.
What is that?
You threw peanuts at me, remember?
Did I hurt you badly?
Fleming held you down till you were over it.
Fleming? What's he doing here?
Oh, stop kidding around. Jeez.
I'm pushing.
Ah. We're making pretty good progress here, but we still got a ways to go.
My back.
You got to keep going.
My head.
You know where we are, right, in the story?
Just let me take a walk, get some fresh air.
No.
Let me sleep for 10 minutes.
No, we don't have time. We got a baby on the way here.
Baby?
Melanie's having Ashley's baby with only Scarlett there to help her. Scarlett's maid Prissy said she knew something about birthing babies, but she didn't know nothing. Push.
I'm pushing.
Prissy's taking too long. Melanie's in a real bad way.
Oh,
Prissy comes back, dawdling.
Well, I'm having a baby here.
Not with that Prissy. Prissy's running up the stairs. She's all alone. She hasn't brought any help. She's a bad, stupid girl.
I was a stupid girl.
Scarlet loses it, and now Scarlet's left with a woman who's given birth to the child by the one woman she's ever loved.
Whoa. Back up.
You want to know why this movie sold 1.5 million copies in 12 months? There it is, right there. You want to talk about character, dilemma, dramatic irony? Zola couldn't have written it any better.
She slaps the maid.
Socks are one right there.
The colored maid.
Prissy.
I was a stupid girl.
How old is this girl?
10, 12.
You cannot put this in the movie.
The girl lied to her. She said she knew something about birthing babies.
I did. I told Miss Scarlet I knew how to birth babies.
And then she dawdles on the way back.
I did. I dawdled something awful.
In the meantime, Melanie's dying here.
Okay, push.
You're paying me to tell you what scenes to cut. Cut this one.
No.
Have you any idea what this says about your heroine?
That she's under a lot of pressure here.
So it's okay to beat up the black kid?
I know, so I'm a bad girl.
The girl lied to her. Look, can you just dialogue in the scene?
No.
Write it.
I won't do it.
Now, who's the producer?
Who's the writer?
So right.
What happened, David? You making a movie that doesn't just glorify the South, but she beats up the little girl?
I have to be loyal to the book.
How about being loyal to your conscience? This isn't the David Selznick I know, I admire, I love. In this gold line sewer, I always thought there was one executive who saw things the way that I do.
I can't deal with the race question right now.
If you can't deal with it in Gone with the Wind, then when will you?
Oh, God, more Chicago newspaperman bull. I'll be in the John.
If there's one person who can make this movie mean something, it's you. You're always stuck on these melodramas.
It is a melodrama, okay? Possibly the greatest one ever written, but it's still a melodrama.
If there's anybody who could understand the legacy of prejudice, it's us Jews.
How did the Jews get into this?
The audience is waiting for the slap? What are you thinking?
Dad, I don't have you for very much longer, and Melanie's having a baby here. Scarlet sees Prissy, and blam! And where's Fleming? Just write it.
Not in a million years.
You know, I spent a lot of time, effort, and money making sure that all the characters in this story are treated with respect.
As much as you spent on Vivian Lee's breastwork or the ice cubes.
All the Negro characters in my film will be treated with dignity, as much as all the other characters.
However you slice it, this is an elegy for the Old South. Tell me you see the problem. Harry Cohn wouldn't see it, Jack Warner wouldn't see it, Thalberg might have.
Oh, enough with the Thalberg. Write it!
I can't write it.
You need to sit down and write the dialogue in. You gotta write it.
Okay. We keep the slap, but we give Prissy a speech, yes? She says defiantly, holding her hand to her bleeding lip, I did dawdle. I did take my time. I know Miss Melly's hurting up there, hurting real bad. And if she dies, what do I care? Because what do any of you care, you white folk? You in particular, Miss Scarlett O'Hara. About us, the people who have brought you your wealth, who toiled for you and died for you year after year, generation after generation. You see where I'm going here? I hope she dies, and I hope you die too. Because there's something else being born right now. Oh, yeah. A new America where there's a place for me as well as you.
Are you nuts?
So it's the first draft.
Give me that. What is it?
My eye.
Let me see. Oh my God! Yahoo!
What is it?
You don't want to look.
Will I lose the eye?
It was just a burst blood vessel. Relax.
I can't work if I lose the eye.
You're not going to lose the eye. Sit down!
Don't let this get out, okay?
No, it's gonna be okay.
I mean, I can get insured for any movie you want me to make.
I want you to make this one.
Relax, breathe. Good.
I don't want to go back to being somebody else's driver.
And then you won't have to do that.
We'll employ the one-eyed driver.
David, you don't think I can lose the eye? I mean, they would take out an eye because, a burst blood vessel. I mean, I can still read a script. Yes, I did, Donald. I did take my time. I know Miss Mellie's up there hurting real bad. And I'm glad. Do you hear me? And if she dies, what do I care? What do any of you care? Any of you white folk? You in particular, Miss Scarlett O'Hara? Where did this piece of shit come from?
It's something Ben was working
Piece
on.
of shit? Where do you stand on the race question, Mr. Fleming? Do you think there's a place for it in the popular movie?
You're just a newspaper man at heart, aren't you, Heck?
You know, for a director, you sure make a pretty good chauffeur. Ha, ha, ha.
Any fool could write a screenplay like this.
Yeah?
We've acted it out for you. We've given you the dialogue. What more do you need?
Do you mind? David and I are trying to get some work done here.
Do I mind? Do I mind? The writer is trying to get some work done, so I should disappear up my own ass?
Push!
Selznick and I are the ones who've been doing the work here, sonny boy. It's going to take you maybe a couple of hours to go through this piece of shit screenplay, but where are you going to be in the 6 months that I'm going to be living with this turkey? Day after day, hour after hour. Is the writer going to deal with the sets, wardrobe, props, transport, hair, makeup, catering, him?
Here comes Prissy!
Are you going to stay up till midnight because your actors won't come to work because they don't like the color of their shower curtains? Are you going to hold their hands, let them lay their heads on your shoulders, listen to their life stories when all you want to do is punch them in the nose and say, it's acting, just turn up and say the line?
In
damn
the
it.
beginning, there was the word.
And it doesn't get done until some poor son of a bitch yells, action!
Oh, if that's the case, and no director starts out to make a bad movie test pilot, then what is the explanation?
Oh, because even before shooting starts, somebody is always nagging at me. Drop this scene. Drop that scene. Do you really need so many extras? Going into production without a script is a great idea. You get to the set. Day one, there's a problem. Somebody pulls you aside. Location, casting. Can you give us a little help here? Can you be a little bit more flexible? Day two, somebody asks for another compromise. You give a little here, you give a little there. What the hell? Say it takes 9 months to go from script to premiere. Given one compromise a day, that is one compromise, it's 270 compromises. Let's say that your movie lasts about 90 minutes. That is one compromise every 20 seconds.
You want to talk about compromise? Let's say you meet this drop-dead beautiful woman, and there's an unspoken yes in her eyes. So you say, your place of mine. You get there, she slides out of her shoes, you put something slow on the radiola, and she breathes, yes. So then you're standing in her bedroom, she's naked in the moonlight. You're just about to climb out of your pants when the director comes through and says, I'll take it from here, leave it to me. How'd you like to be a Hollywood screenwriter, Mac? How'd you like to deal with that?
Suck it down, pal. It's people like me showing up on a set, turning this script into those little specks of light that Selznick's always bullshitting about.
In the beginning was the deal. You don't get to write the words, and you don't get to shout action till somebody puts the money together. Now that's a real art form. You want to talk about being creative? Take a look at the studio books. That's some real creativity. You're disappointed in me, Ben. Anybody can make the movie they want. It's a free country.
Okay.
You want to make Euro Gone with the Wind?
Yes!
Go ahead. As long as you have $1 million and you control the rights. You got $1 million? You control the rights? No? Well, then maybe you're here to make the Gone with the Wind that I want to make. I pay you to write it the way I want it written, and somebody like Fleming to direct it the way I see it. It's called collaboration.
Only in Hollywood.
Yeah. Movies get made because somebody like me, who everybody thinks is this asshole, just happens to be in the studio. He picks up a book and, sure. I think it's going to be another Moonlight and Magnolias. But couple pages in, same thing happens to me as happened to Margaret Mitchell. Scarlett O'Hara grabbed me by the nuts and never let go. Sure, I think Mitchell just tried to start writing another bodice ripper. But Scarlett took the book over. You don't mess with the little brat. You go with her. 1.5 million readers did. And as sure as I know there's a god of movies, I know that tens
Who
of millions...
exactly might the god of movies be, David? You?
No, but he's a very close relative.
So we have to do it your way. Me. Him.
Somebody has to have the vision and the willpower to bring it all together. That's just the way it is.
Isn't that exactly what Hitler's telling his people? What Mussolini and Stalin are telling theirs?
Oh, jeez. Hitler? Hitler couldn't take the pressure of running a studio. Mussolini wouldn't have the patience. And Stalin's too nice. Now, get back to your desk.
Aren't you running a dictatorship too?
Those guys don't have mayor breathing down their necks. I know Scarlett O'Hara, and I know Melanie. I've been carrying this movie in my gut for 3 years. I know Scarlett and Red Butler and Tara, and I care about them a hell of a lot more than any other hired hand, which at the end of the day is exactly what you two are. I can taste this movie, but I need your help to get it on the screen. I raised the money. Fleming figures where the camera goes and how the actors say the lines. And isn't there something you should be doing? And you, quit blubbering like a little girl about your eye, okay? And while we're talking about compromises, okay, the shape of the ice cubes does matter, all right? Everything matters. One mistake, the illusion's lost. It's just actors standing in front of wooden canvas. Isn't there something you should be doing? And you, stop trying to make Hollywood something it'll never be. Give me Prissy's big C.
Okay. Scarlett hauls off on the little girl. Her head swings around like she's been hit by a baseball bat.
No.
Okay. Scarlett's fists connect. Her head explodes like a ripe watermelon.
No.
Okay. Scarlett nails her. Her jaw snaps with a twang.
No.
You see the problem?
Just write it. Damn it.
Well, what is it? Is it a right hook?
It could be an uppercut, a jab. Does she cold cocker? You know what? I dropped a guy once in a bar with one of these.
Then a kick in the ribs?
It's just a little slap.
Adulteress, two-timing, slave driving, heroin is about to add child abuse to her resume.
Mayor wants me to fail, okay? Everybody who said this was going to be the biggest white elephant in Hollywood history wants me to fail. Everyone who, said he's going to end up like his dad, losing everything he ever had, wants me to fail. All the people who Thalberg this and Thalberg that. But I'm going to make the best damn movie this town's ever seen. The best damn movie in the history of the world. And I need this scene, Ben. For God's sakes, I need it!
David, are you all right? I said, are you all right?
What did you do to him?
I don't know. He just kind of froze.
Do you think it's the bananas?
I don't know.
You killed him!
Don't say that.
Over what lousy scene?
We should call a doctor.
Did I get one for my eye?
This is different. This is freezing.
He's breathing. He's got a pulse.
What are you doing?
Calling the doctor.
We can call from home? You wouldn't like a shower, a shave, a clean shirt?
Ooh, get something to eat.
Get that eye looked at?
I could murder a ribeye.
Take a shower?
A short stack of blueberry pancakes.
Toasted onion bagel, light on the cream cheese Nova and the pickle.
You know, you can't ask people to work like this.
Lock them in a room.
Give them nothing but peanuts and bananas.
Look at this place.
Have you seen the bathroom?
You don't treat the director of Test Pilot like this.
The writer of Hurricane.
How about a little bit of respect for the guy who puts the movie on the screen?
The guy who gives us the screenplay to work with.
The peanuts.
The bananas.
The bathroom. She's not at her desk.
In the ladies' room?
We can make it to Hollywood Boulevard, hail a cab.
What about the guards at the studio gates? Do you think they'll shoot?
Come on. What?
I don't know.
Selznick can't be right and the rest of the world be wrong. This movie is going to derail the career of everybody involved with it. He messed up with the eyes of the world on him. He will be eating crow at MGM by the end of the month.
Hey, I'm staying out of the family stuff, and I advise you do the same. You know what these people are like.
These people?
Well, you know.
All the Jews.
That's not what I'm getting at.
All the Jews who run the studio.
Okay, there you go again. I started out as a limo driver, okay, buddy? And every time I'm sitting in the studio car, I'm saying to myself, I'm never going to be that guy again.
That's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard.
Those lines are the most pathetic thing I ever heard.
I'm going to make a run for it.
I wouldn't blame you. I mean, a screenwriter can work anywhere. Me, I'd rather be working under a car, and instead I would rather be sitting in the studio car than working under it with a wrench.
Adios.
I happen to agree with you. The story is a piece of shit. He's got a heroine that doesn't have enough class to be a hooker. Ashley Wilkes is a panty waist. The rooting interest is Gable, but not even Gable can pull this off. But you know what?
What?
You said that you would give him 5 days. And if there is anyone who can stuff this sausage, it's Ben Hecht.
The Chicago newspaper man? Burr, burr, burr.
I've seen what you can do. Day after day, hour after hour. You must have a cast iron ass. This picture needs that ass. I need it. He needs it even more. Okay, I know. I'm not, you and he, you're both from,
Jewtown.
I think you could walk out on me, but not on him.
Watch me.
And you need him. Because there's only one person who would make the kind of bullshit movies you want to make.
All right, he gets his 5 days, but you are the one who's going to have to figure out how to sell the slap.
I'll figure a way.
I can't wait. Okay, so, what is it? Prissy enters, Scarlett nails her, and... action?
What happened?
We lost you for a minute.
Have we got it? Tell me we've got it. We got the slap?
I did my bit.
So?
Okay, Prissy and Scarlett. Scarlett and Prissy. And she runs up the stairs.
And you got 150 people standing around. You're about to lose the light. Everybody's all looking at you. The techs, the actors. You're the only one besides me who's gonna look like he knows what he's doing.
Runs up the stairs.
You're the inventor of the camera dolly, the traveling mic. You gonna let a little thing like this beat ya?
Ha, ha.
Okay.
Hey!
Or maybe...
What the hell is wrong with you?
How about or maybe
I think,
Not more of a...
how about
we could.
or that? Huh?
Oh,
Let me out of here! Unlock the door!
get back here! Get back here!
Let me go!
Get back I've got it!
I don't have a scene if I don't have a slap.
Will you listen? It's all about where I put the camera. Look, let's see, we put the camera here, right? And we put Prissy, come on. Put Prissy right here. Okay. Throw the mitt. It goes into the camera, wham, like it's come loose.
Which is what I don't want.
Okay, so we try it this way then. Put the camera here. Pop. It takes the yow out of it, you know?
You think we can sell it?
Do you want me to try it the other way again?
No. I think you had it right the first time, Vic. All right, so let's go. Come on, let's go. counting. All right. Roll 'em. Where is that girl? Prissy, Prissy.
Do I have to play Prissy?
Yes.
Here I is, Miss Scarlet.
The doctor. Where's the doctor?
I don't got no doctor. Wait. It's angle. It's always the angle. Action.
Oh, shit. Are you getting this bad?
God help us, I am.
Hey, the slap stays in the movie. The Civil War stays in the movie before anybody asks. Scarlett O'Hara stays in the movie. 21 chapters down, 42 to go.